So you have to be willing and able. You have to be both willing and able to drive the bus of your life. I learned how to drive when I was 17. My girlfriend's mother taught me how to drive a normal car. What do we call it? An automatic? Standard transmission? I don't even know what to call them anymore. The cars that most people drive without a clutch. My dad, after I got my driver's license, taught me how to drive a stick shift. How cool. I love stick shifts. I love being able to have as much fun as possible while driving the car, while driving the bus of my life. And here's what I notice. We live in fascinating times. 2 years ago, we started up Dream Driven Day, that 30-day program. You've heard about it. And it's pretty cool. Because 2 years ago, we started it with the premise of most people live lives where their day is driven by dread and they fill it full of distractions. Endless cat videos. The most popular thing shared on Facebook, by the way. You think something useful would be, but it's cat videos. I love cats. I used to have 11 of them in 12 litter pans. Now I've got 2 puppies. But meanwhile, dreads, distractions. Most people I talk to, they don't just have Netflix, but they've got Amazon Prime, Netflix, Apple TV, Stan. They've got them all. That's like $50 a month or something. That's a lot of money. It's more than $1 a day, but anyway, cheapo cup of coffee. But I want you to notice most people, they're not driving their own bus. They are just looking for something to fill the time. We're working on a project right now, and it has me really, really just acknowledging and noticing that over the past year and a half or so, conversations have been replaced by commentary. Just notice. Conversations have been replaced by commentary. Yep, and a lot of that goes on. How much real sharing, how much real connecting? I'm curious what you notice, because I can tell you what I notice, and it's fascinating to me. By the way, I notice in my life there's a lot of conversation because I don't settle. But I just eavesdrop, and I just notice. There's room for conversation, and if you engage someone in conversation, oh my God, they're so ready to jump out of the commentary. Please talk to me about something that's interesting. Share with me you. Notice me. Let's talk about driving the bus. Not only do you have to drive it, you have to be able to drive it. Susie's mom taught me how to drive. I knew spatial recognition. She said, it's so easy to teach boys how to drive. Because boys they play with things like lawnmowers and wheelbarrows, and I thought wagons, and she said those things, and I thought, that's interesting. I call that work. But anyway, see, she told me that little girls, they sit around and they play with their dolls, and they do makeup in the mirror and stuff. And see, since little boys do something differently, they have different capacities, and I thought, that's interesting. And as I look around now, the one thing that I keep noticing is you can't quit feeling it real. You are always feeling something real. The thing is, you can continue. You can dive deeper. You can really explore how you do this and who you truly are. You can do that eternally. Neville did it for decades. So have we. That's where the courses, that's where the products, that's where the podcasts, the shows, that's where they all come from. Our simple exploring of who we are and how this works. So today I want to invite you to something. I want to invite you to drive your own bus much, much more effectively. I want you to notice when you're putting it on autopilot, right? I want you to notice when you think you're driving it. God, seriously, I am fascinated when people tell me that how much they love affirmations and they love vision boards. By the way, I've done both. I even did some scripting back in the old days, a little bit of 5x5, right? Didn't call it that back then, but I did those things to impress, right? The subconscious mind, so it would do my bidding. You notice how complicated that is? If you had to build the car, if you had to tune it up, if you had to do all the mechanical things, if you had to do all the weird shit, if you had to like polish the car every time before you drove it, it would just be tiring, wouldn't it? You see, here's what I notice. The imaginal act leads everything. If you imagine making a vision board, if you imagine what implies you've made a vision board, you'll find yourself making one. Why would you bother wasting the time to imagine up making a vision board when you can just imagine up what you choose to have, to be, to do in the world? Why not imagine the world responding to you as that person you choose to be? You get a loving, happy husband, has a wife that's loving and happy. You get a loving, happy teacher, has clients, students, listeners. People that sign up for ManifestingMasteryCourse.com that are happy to. See, I invite you today to drive your own bus. I invite you today to explore how to drive it more effectively. You see, you don't got to sign up for a course like what we offer. You don't got to sign up for Dream Driven Day, but I tell you, the people that dive into that, they discover family every single time. People that do ManifestingMasteryCourse.com, they take a 90-day adventure with us. We tell them, and I know you've probably heard this before, but I'll say it again because it's cool. Sharing is caring. We care. I just spent an hour answering emails. I just love answering emails from ManifestingMasteryCourse.com members. Sometimes it's just a few words because I'm celebrating in your success. Sometimes it's a little more because I'm offering some guidance, pointing at a video or something that will bless your experience, your adventure. Because here's what I want you to notice. When you drive the bus, you're no longer feeling like a passenger in life. And I don't want you to be a passenger on the bus. I want you to determine where the bus goes, because if you don't determine your day, you don't determine your destiny. And if you're living a life where you wake up dreading the day ahead of you, seeking distractions to fill it, you get that we don't do that here. We live. That's my invite to you today. If you notice, we don't share the typical stuff. If you notice, we dive deeper than most people do. If you notice, we explore things that make you think and perceive the world a little differently. I'm inviting you to ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. 90-day program, 90-day adventure. Every day you get a little members-only email and lesson in your inbox. Click, go give it a listen, give it a quick read if you want to. You can do both. That's pretty cool. Takes a few minutes a day. Costs you about $1 a day. Less than the whole Netflix, Amazon Prime, Apple TV combo. Much less. And guess what happens? The more you drive your own bus, the more you determine your own day, the more you discover your own destiny. The more genuine smiles that you have, the more conversations you can't help but give life to and engage in, and you'll never settle for commentary again. Did you see the new statistics? Did you hear about what happened? You know what the politicians are doing. Who cares? When you drive your own bus, you're not waiting for someone else to. Make a difference in the world. So it's time for you to drive the bus, gang. So, ManifestingMasteryCourse.com. If you've done that and you want to dive into identity-based manifesting, I'm always talking about loving husband, loving teacher, loving puppy dad. That's the course, ManifestingToTheMax.com, where I dive into identity-based manifesting, where we apply that to the tools in the toolbox, where we apply that and explore that with money, relationships, health. Totally different program. It's a little advanced, so do the other one first. But Manifesting to the Max, that's another one, time-tested and proven. But meanwhile, stay tuned. And thank you for sharing you with us. See ya.